good night and welcome to Benalmadena's first English news broadcast. Digital Costa del Sol brings you every Friday all the information about this week's news. The controversy over the charter boats regularization continues at the Marina after a new dismissal of the court case. The government team accused the Popular Party of making a dishonest opposition.
Benalmadena's Mayor Victor Navas and Sport Harbor Councilwoman Encarnación Cortés held a press conference last Tuesday at City Hall to announce a new dismissal of the court case born as a result of the regularization of charter boats. Navas began his speech by explaining how this situation began. This complaint was born when we tried to regulate with the licensing of charter boats in the marina and pleasure boats operating in the port. There were a total of about 20 boats, a figure that has led to the saturation of this activity with what is detrimental to the image of our marina. We understand that the entrepreneurs felt aggrieved by the fact of having to start paying a tax for the use they made of the boarding and therefore filed an appeal. PP took advantage of this circumstance to create a smoke screen by denouncing through the criminal court, as if organized crime was dealing with the management of the marina. The mayor explained the evolution of the case, its dismissal, and the resource imposed. The councillors of PP came out in the media accusing us of damaging the image of the marina when the damage was being created by themselves with their statements and false accusations. The court had already initially dismissed the complaint, which led to a first appeal by the complainants. The judge, in order to maintain judicial guarantees, ordered the UDEF to carry out the relevant investigation into the facts, and after the police unit found that there were no crimes, it was dismissed again, which led to a second appeal that was closed with a new dismissal. Navas emphasized that a hard work has been done to clean up the municipal company and has criticized the Popular Party for their attempts to tarnish the image of the municipality by judicializing politics. With this strategy, the PP tries to equate his last period at City Council, which was settled in just 3 years with several court cases on alleged corruption, with our honest political work, of which no complaint against him has prospered. While we continue to work for Benalmadena's progress and improvement, PP only works to try to tarnish the good management of municipal government in the search for votes. For her part, Cortés has explained that the case has been achieved, although there is still room for a new appeal to the provincial court. This new order of the court shelves once again the case. It states that there is no evidence of crime, as was already recognized at the time by both the prosecutor's office and UDEF's investigation. There is still room for appeal to the provincial court, but I want to highlight that this is an absolutely politicized issue, especially by the Popular Party, which seeks to obtain political gain by damaging the personal image and political management of this government team. The councilwoman stressed that the Popular Party is using this complaint to create controversy and get political mileage. There is no evidence of criminal offense, but they continue in their eagerness to damage us politically, leaking to the media reports of private detectives who seek to place at the same level as the work developed by the UDEF. The report of private detectives, what it shows is the activity of several charter boats, picking up aspects such as more passengers than allowed, an extreme whose control does not correspond to either the department or the management of the marina, and should denounce before the relevant authorities.
Benalmadena's firefighters premiere a Knoll Seat 600 tuned as an emergency vehicle to give talks in schools. The vehicle is a donation made by Neumáticos Bejar manager Alberto Criado, whose team wanted to recognize the effort of this municipal force.
Benalmadena's Mayor Victor Navas and Security Councilman Javier Marín visited last week Benalmadena's fire station, where they meet with the firefighters chief David Mañasco and Neumáticos Bejar manager Alberto Pérez Criado to discover the new vehicle that has joined the service to carry out educational work with the students from the municipality. an initiative that will be carried out thanks to the generous donation of the vehicle by the local company Neumáticos Béjar. Neumáticos Béjar has had an act of enormous generosity with Benalmádena, preparing and tuning this Seat 600 as if it were a small fire engine, assuming all the economic cost and work for it. Thanks to this donation, Benalmádena's firefighters will have a new resource to exercise its pedagogical work with the students from the municipality, besides other functions such as joining the Cabalgata de Reyes. I want to thank the manager of Neumáticos Béjar, Alberto Pérez Criado, and his workers for their generosity. The mayor thanked Neumáticos Béjar for its generosity not only with this action, but also during the whole pandemic. We would like to thank Neumáticos Béjar for the donation of this vehicle, already catalogued as historic, to the Benalmádena firefighters, an initiative that the owner of the company has agreed with all its workers. I also want to emphasize that the local company has committed itself to carry out its maintenance. I would also like to thank Neumáticos Béjar for their collaboration, willingness and generosity throughout the pandemic. Marín explained that the firefighters will equip the vehicle with new details. The vehicle has been specially themed for the Benalmádena Fire Department, and in the near future the firefighters themselves will equip it with new details, and the population will be able to see it driving through the streets soon. Pérez highlighted that this was a very special project for all the workers at Neumáticos Béjar, who wanted to thank Benalmádena's Fire Department for their hard work and support. The car is a project that we did in the workshop the colleagues of Neumáticos Béjar at the city center and Neumáticos Béjar 2 at Arroyo de la Miel Industrial Estate, as a thank you to Benalmádena's Fire Department for the support they have always given to our business. This vehicle is ideal for firefighters to go to schools to give talks. For our workers, it is a motivation to know that every time the car goes out on the street, Neumáticos Béjar will have that small link with Benalmádena's Fire Department. Neumáticos Béjar was born in 1980 when María Criado Ríos began a hard road in a world that was not welcoming for women. Nowadays, it is a recognized and established workshop in town with an avant-garde technological development that does not leave aside craftsmanship, a qualified team, and the most innovative technical means to provide the best services.
The construction of the new educational centers and the appointment of Benalmadense of the Year for the educational community, among other topics, have been the protagonists of the meeting of the Municipal School Council of Benalmádena.
Casa de la Cultura hosts on Wednesday the celebration of a municipal school council meeting, which was attended by Benalmádena's Mayor Víctor Navas and Education Councilman Pablo Centella, as well as representatives from the school of the municipality, the AMPAs, and technicians from delegations such as Education and Social Welfare. With the aim of promoting the participation of groups and social agents, we celebrate this municipal school council in which we sit with the educational community to know their concerns and needs, to be able to transfer them to higher authorities as Junta de Andalucía. The mayor highlighted the growth of the municipality and the need for new schools. We will address the news about the construction of new educational centers in the municipality. Everything will depend on whether if Junta de Andalucía will be able to get a new budget forward or if there will have to be an advance of the Andalusian elections. We hope that they will be able to approve a new budget so we can have in 2022 the necessary budget items to start the construction of these new educational centers. Navas explained that City Council already made a plot available to the Junta in 2017. The government team made available to the Junta a plot of the construction of a new institute in 2017, and we have been claiming for it since then. Benalmádena currently has 5 high schools and 9 educational centers, but the increase in population over the last decade makes the creation of new educational infrastructure necessary. For his part, Centella has highlighted the importance of this body, vital to maintain open communication with the educational community, and has stressed the need to resolve the saturation suffered by some centers. The Municipal School Council is an important body to analyze the progress of the school year and address those issues that affect our students. Today we are going to share with the educational community the information we have about the construction of 2 new educational centers. We will remain vigilant to ensure the continuity of the projects and try to ensure that they are complete in the shortest possible time. The councilman explained that other issues related to the operation of the centers will also be discussed and highlight the example set during the pandemic by the behavior of our young people as well as the educational community in general. We are also going to study possible alternatives that will prevent the current centers from continuing to be so saturated until the new secondary education center becomes operational. We will also report on the Benalmadenses of the Year award to the educational community. They have been an example for the society, especially our children, who have surprised us with their resilience and adaptation to the new reality of the use of masks and social distance. The recovery of municipal educational initiatives, grants for AMPAS award in 2021, or the implementation of the social educational intervention classroom were other issues discussed during the commission.
The e-twinning projects have been building international bridges of work and knowledge around key themes from the European Union, and in our municipality, IES Benalmádena is an example on this matter.
Benalmádena's Mayor Víctor Navas and Education Councilman Pablo Centella attended last week to a ceremony held at the IES Benalmádena to deliver the diplomas of an educational program that is being carried out European Union in this educational center. These distinctions demonstrate the dynamism, intellectual reasonableness and innovation of our educational community. We congratulate the students, teachers and management of the center for their academic success. The European Union creates these educational programs to help the countries improving their international cooperation, also helping the students to develop certain aptitudes and creating links with foreign students. Centella highlighted the importance of this type of programs to promote international collaboration as well as different skills. The diplomas that we present today certify the commitment of IES Benalmádena and its students to educational innovation, the openness of ideas and approach and dialogue with other centers. These type of programs are very important in order to promote international collaboration since an early age, helping also with other skills such as language learning and teamwork. I also want to praise the work being done by teaching community. Without their effort and daily dedication, all of this would be impossible. It should be noted that IES Benalmádena is one of the 2 secondary education centers in Málaga selected as ambassador schools of the European Parliament. The project coordinator, Josefina Martín, highlighted the importance of this type of initiatives, emphasizing that this project has been in place for 8 years. E-twinning is an European Union initiative to promote contact, exchange of ideas and collaboration between teachers and students through the use of information and communication technologies. The project has been going on this center the last 8 years, and we are very proud and satisfied with our students' work. Only 2 schools in the province of Málaga have access this year to the European Parliament Ambassador Schools Program, an initiative to promote knowledge of the European Union, Europe and European democracy.
The COVID contagious incidence rate keeps rising in Andalucía, and although the case limit to impose restriction has been raised, pretty soon the whole community may end up at risk level 1.
The increase in the number of coronavirus infections in Spain since mid-October is not only continuous, but its pace keeps accelerating. During the last weekend, the number of people infected with COVID-19 rose by 16,000 compared to the 9,100 people reported the week before, which means a 62% increase. The cumulative incidence rate of the disease per 100,000 inhabitants in the last 14 days was 112 on Monday, November 15, and this Monday, a week later, it stood at 132, around 61% more. Although the incidence rate in Spain is lower than in most neighboring countries, the truth is that the growth started a month ago is rocketing. The current incidence rate is more than 3 times higher than October 14. The country could be entering dangerous territory again soon with 2 public holidays, company dinners, and Christmas on the horizon. For the first time in weeks, the percentage of beds occupied by COVID patients in hospitals is growing faster than the increase in the number of infections. This rise coincides with the warning from Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez that although 90% of adults already have the double dose of a coronavirus vaccine, the fight is not over and we must continue to apply the measures that place us among the most successful countries in the fight against the pandemic: mask, vaccination, and responsibility. Meanwhile, Juntas de Andalucía's Minister of Health, Jesús Aguirre, considers that it is urgent to vaccinate children under 12 years against COVID-19, especially to protect the elderly with whom they have contact, the group who are now receiving a 3rd dose of a coronavirus vaccine in the region. Aguirre explained that in Andalucía, after the age group between 30 and 45 years, those under 12 are the one with the highest cumulative incidence of around 70 cases per 100,000 inhabitants in the last 2 weeks. Aguirre said that the vaccination is urgent, although not because it is going to cause a problem from a clinical point of view, but because the more vaccinated people there are in Andalucía, there will be less capacity for the virus to spread. Andalucía is currently at level 0 risk of coronavirus. However, this situation could change in the coming days. Aguirre warned that next week Andalucía could possibly pass to a level 1 risk with the associated restrictions. Only time will tell, he pointed out, saying that the situation could be analyzed at a local and health district level. Asked whether the regional government's committee of experts could take some type of action, Aguirre said that they think that the COVID passport will be a useful tool and that he hopes the Andalusian High Court grants it so they can apply it as soon as possible.
And these are today's headlines. New dismissal of the Charters regularization court case. Neumáticos Béjar donates a SEAT 600 to Benalmádena's firefighters. The Municipal School Council meets again at the House of Culture. Education and international cooperation in the municipality. The COVID incidence rate keeps rising. The weather forecast for the weekend will leave us with low cloudy skies, tending to cloudy from noon onwards, without ruling out occasional showers in the interior mountains ranges, becoming cloudy again in the evening. Minimum temperatures unchanged or decreasing, with weak frost in inland areas. Maximum temperatures unchanged. Winds from the northwest occasionally strong. And that's all. Thank you for watching us, and remember, you can stay updated on our website or social media profile on Facebook and Twitter. Have a good night and enjoy the weekend.